Hello, everybody, and happy Tinley week. Get started here pretty soon. Curtis Coils, how are you? I'm assuming I'll see you at Tinley. Hello, your car sucks. I hope your car does not actually suck, though. And Macomorph, what is up? Yeah, we are obviously going to be attending Tinley. We in the past had done a teaser video that we would hurry home on Friday to put together, but I don't know if we're going to do that because it's not always, I don't know, YouTube just, like, literally just ghosts it, and it doesn't recommend it to anybody. Because it's a short video, it's like 2 minutes, right, is what we've done in the past. Like a little music video in a way. I was thinking about maybe even going live from the early setup tomorrow, but the trick with that is that
copyright.
yeah, that's the thing. Copyright. If someone plays music and I don't even hear it, suddenly I'm in trouble, which is totally bogus, but you know, I guess got to be careful if we do it. But I'm gonna try. I'm gonna do my best to kind of just do a quick one. Might literally be a minute. It might literally have to be a minute, but we'll see.
I'd be able to get away with it on Instagram.
Instagram?
I'd have to look at how they handle that, but maybe Instagram.
We'll goof around with some stuff and figure it out. If you don't follow us on Instagram or Facebook, feel free. We try to keep up on everything, but we do miss some stuff. It's getting a little crazy nowadays. I can't keep up with every comment. I do my very, very best nowadays, but it's getting a little bit more. Macomorph, I wish I was going to Tinley. You just a little far away or just couldn't make it? It's definitely a fun time. It is a lot of fun. It is crowded though. The VIP pass is very much worth it at that show. I think the VIP pass is always worth it, quite frankly, but at that show it's like, if you want to feel comfortable, that's very important to go on Fridays, in my opinion. And then early on Saturday and Sunday is very nice. We live close enough that we just literally go home every single day. It's nice. We don't have to get a hotel or nothing. Agrigrin, how are ya? But it's a lot of fun. I don't know if I really have very many plans. There's some people I want to talk to about some morphs and such like that. I've got a healthy amount that I've saved up. I've just been told I didn't put the computer cam on. Hello.
Full screen if you're not actually starting.
There, you don't look at that. Whatever, it's nothing too crazy. So, what was I saying? I don't even know what I was saying. My ADHD brain is just totally. Oh yeah, something about Tinley. Yeah, thank you. You just reminded me. So I really don't have any plans for things I'm gonna get. Just to answer your question, since I was saying anyways, I think that I imagine I'm gonna get something, but I do have a plan, I suppose I should say. It's just I'm kind of going without a need to get anything specific, if that makes sense. But there are some people I want to talk to, and there's always the chance I finally come home with some crazier genetics, but we'll see. Anything Monarch, usually, I'm all about. I'd like to talk to the guys who oversee the Gorilla gene, and maybe even take a look at some of that Shadow gene. So the cool thing with those is that monarchs, well, not monarchs, but het monarchs have already been created. So that's kind of some of the stuff. Both and the crowds. Yeah, the crowds can be a bit much. I was saying Schaumburg. The Schaumburg show, if you can ever make it, is much more. It's not as big. It's not as crazy of things. Canova has only been there once, I think, so like some people don't go, but there's a lot of great breeders that do go. Lots of great breeders. Bob's Balls is there. Real Constrictors are there. The guy could go on and on. and a lot of things other than ball pythons, quite frankly. But it's more open. There's more space to walk and see, and more space in the aisles, and it's not as crazily attended. It still is a very busy show, but that's a very comfortable show to go to. It's a little further for us, but we still do it. Plus, it's got a medieval times over there. Like, kind of have fun with that too. So, I won't be at Tinley, but I'm going to Gettysburg in a few weeks. I'd love to go to some of those Eastern shows. That in Daytona. I'm assuming you mean the Gettysburg. Oh. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get started here pretty soon. Let me make sure I didn't miss something. I did get started a little late. I did. Damn it. But this one was pretty expensive, so I'm still gonna show it. God dang it. Alright, let's go ahead and hit it up and go live. If anybody has any questions, just let me feel free, fire away. Obviously we got Tinley coming up here, so what do I do here? There we go. And we will be there if anybody's there. Feel free, if you see us, to go up and say hi, and then maybe you can finally see what my brother looks like. We just hide him as a joke. So, alrighty. Hey there, Dickie. How are ya? All right. So a few of these ended, as you can see. That's Candy Pied Clown. Oh, good, it did show. It was at 1,000 with 21 bids. But yeah, I think it went for about 1,000 then, and it kind of just goes to show you that these morphs still have a pretty good interest in them. Candy Pied Clown. Yes, it is a triple recessive, but that's all stuff I work here. So it's very interesting to see it still go in an auction for $1,000. That's really cool to see. Sometimes some of these triple recessives with these morphs that have been worked for quite some time, just because they've been around for a lot, that means people have a lot more examples. Sometimes you expect them maybe to go for a healthy amount, but not grand. So it's nice to see. This could go for that much at this point. So that's really the reason I wanted to show it. I already kind of worked some of this stuff, not together yet, but I could. So I'm just sitting there trying to look around, thinking ideas now. But yeah, remember, as you work these, of course, you don't think that that's going to be the price you would eventually sell them at, unless you're buying breeders from the get-go. Things do fluctuate and things become more available, but triple recessives in general they stick around for a little bit longer. Now, what's cool about the Candy and the Clown, what I like it better than Albino Clown for, is because these, you can kind of see it here. This coloring is normally like a whitish on an albino. So you get that clown marking throughout the face and whatnot, but on a albino, it kind of transforms into a two-tone yellow, so it doesn't contrast as well. And that's the whole thing about these. Whereas this is more of like a lavenderish pink right now, and it'll kind of deepen in its saturation as it grows. So its contrast will remain very good rather than a two-tone yellow. Yellow on yellow is not as good as yellow on lavender, obviously. So. But yeah, that was our first one. We just missed it because we had to take care of some stuff last second, of course, came up, so. Let's see. Hey there, Picture Perfect Pythons. Tanner, how are you both today? Alright, for our next one, it's got an hour left. I think this would be a pretty good deal, if you're getting started out, especially, or if there's some room in your rack and you want to start working some of this. This is a pretty good one for many reasons, honestly. But a female red striped yellow belly clown. Believe it or not, you're 2 genes away from a Pompeii with with this, and that would be Spot Nose and Black Pastel, of course. But even here, you can kind of see where you see the coloring, at least from the Pompeii. That nice rusty type coloring through the dorsal stripe there. Females are all, in a male, maybe this would still, be something that is just like, I might want a little bit more power, or rarer genes in it. But for a female, females have, males are incredibly useful, and I think you should spend a lot of money, quite frankly, on a super powered male. But females, they have their usefulness for a little while longer, I think. So whether you're kind of heavily into it or you're just getting started, this would be a nice one to get started with. We actually have a red stripe clown here that should be breeding this year. Be nice if she had yellow belly in here too already. But pretty nice one there from Mark Bailey Reptiles. So the quality's pretty good as well. So a little bit more if I've been to the old Hamburg location. Oh, you guys are talking about the eastern one, yeah. Black Pastel, Spot Nose, Anchy Yellow Belly, Het Clown, it's Lavender, Red Stripe, Double Het Clown Pied is my next pair I have going. That's gonna be cool. You got a lot of stuff there. Definitely you'll have a couple. Well, everything's het to het, or obviously you have a two genetics there. Or no, is it two? No, just the pied that you may get the het passed on. So definitely sending in some shed tests on what you don't hit visual clown on. I would recommend. That way you can identify what holdbacks you want to do. But the genetics there are pretty nice. So very cool. I wish you the best of luck. All right, another one here from Mark Bailey. As you can see, now we're kind of getting that black pastel in there. So, and I really wanted to include both of these so you can see just the subtle differences of a change in just one genetic. And that genetic is red stripe for black pastel. Obviously, you're not as bright in this one. This one's much more bright. This one's a little bit more on the darker side. The dorsal seems to be a little bit more spread out, and the pattern's a little bit more, kind of squished down, so to speak. And you don't have as much of that rusty red. It's a nice caramel head, and definitely a little bit darker. So you can start to see where these puzzle pieces start to mix together to create that Pompeii. And the pattern even looks a little bit more similar to the Pompeii in this one too. So that's really the reason I want to kind of show that, is just to show you the contrasting examples of these two snakes, which are just one genetic apart. Now, this one is a male though, so it definitely probably won't go as much as this girl here, but they both ended around the exact same time. So if you're interested in some Pompeii makers, something like this could still be useful. If you have a female that's spot nose stripe, well, there's an easy way to get a male to start going for the Pompeis if that's what you really wanted to do. So thank you, I appreciate it. I'm really looking forward to the outcomes. Yeah, there's so much fun when you're first making the plans and whatnot. I just put some pairings together, in fact, before starting this, because we were looking at the weather and it said that there was a barometric pressure change, and I was like, oh, ball pythons like that, and I just threw them together just to it's a good time to do it whenever you see some of that rain. They say it does better, and they do sense barometric pressure way better than we do. So it is said that they will respond to that and breed better. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to my year. I haven't had any eggs yet though, and that's okay, honestly. I have so many babies from last year. At first it took so long to get eggs, I was worried, and then it just exploded near the end of the year, so I got packed up. So I need to sell some. So I've been doing okay with the shows and whatnot, getting some room made. But some of the stuff this year is possible holdbacks or some much more crazy things, much more potent examples. I made some of the biggest first holdbacks last year myself. Just creating double hets with the monarchs, with puzzle, clown, and pied. So I held a lot of that back. Got a Batman Orange Dream pastel that's double het hypo and pied that I held back, and then I have another girl, and that was that was it. But this year might be even more crazy, so I don't know. Gotta be careful with how much I make. Alright, yeah, speaking of what we're showing off here, starting with this Chocolate Fire Double Het Desert Ghost puzzle. What's really cool about this, being in a female, is that you have the chocolate gene in there. Fire, I mean, personally, anyways, I could take it or leave it in terms of this combo and what I would be looking for. Although, now that I think about it, fire and puzzle might go well together, because puzzle kind of lightens things up. But that's really where it's at, is having that chocolate and then having a double het DG puzzle and a girl. That's some pretty good stuff right there. If you wanted to work the Desert Ghost project, this would be a really nice one to get. There is some interest in this, no doubt. It's got an hour and a half roughly left, a little bit less. And pastel, if you let me see this, with no pastel to add in, or yeah, not pastel, I said pastel. And fire, like I said, might actually go pretty well with this project. Normally I say that because I didn't want it taking away from what the chocolate does to it and bringing those rich colors into the back and whatnot. But I think that actually in this combo it might work out pretty good. And that's just more of a personal preference with the fire thing. I think that this would be a really good girl if you wanted to work that. And I think that she might go for a pretty good deal. Like I said, having the double het, if it was just one, if it was just het puzzle, this might be the high right there, but I think it might have a little bit of a bidding war at the end. So, what's up?
Slide that off real quick.
Slide what?
So it's covering the camera.
Oh, why?
Check something.
What do we gotta check?
Yeah, we're having major internet issues. I'm kind of surprised they can still hear you, to be honest.
Can everybody hear us right now?
No, they definitely can, but like the video is completely screwed. Yeah, honestly, probably just need to turn the webcam off. I don't think it's gonna work.
Why are we having such issues? Yeah, 32. Is anybody having any problems with the with what you're seeing? If you don't mind letting us know. I just want to see if it's actually translating to something someone sees. So.
Yeah, our upload speed is completely non-functional. Like,
can you see everything fine? Can everybody see everything fine?
It's just enough to where audio can get through. Video is basically not getting through.
Well, let's see what they're saying. So, let's see here, Dickie Foster. Hey, I appreciate the donation. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. And they say they can hear us, so sounded good. Just a little lag on video. Okay, so I'm gonna try and turn off. Okay, I don't know why we're having this issue at all. Like, it's pretty good weather out right now too. I don't know.
I'm starting to wonder if the cable's damaged from the winter because they didn't bury it properly.
Why wouldn't it happen last time? Hey, we're gonna go ahead and turn off the computer cam just for a moment to see if that does anything. So just full screen, right?
No, that's just gonna hide the lag. It's not gonna actually make it go away.
Wait, wrong one. What's it doing? Computer, right? Ah, there we go. I'm a boomer when it comes to this stuff, so. Okay, so hopefully that will kind of hide it. Apologize for that. We'll have to figure out why that's happening, but, yeah, I don't know. We'll keep a look at the frames, and if it normalizes here in a bit, I will switch back. But right now, it's looking pretty poor, and I don't know why that is. Anyways, just to finish off with this one, this would be like I said, this would be a really good one if you wanted to work that Desert Ghost puzzle project. I think that there's a lot of upside in the puzzle. I think that there's a saying that people would say puzzle's the new clown. I don't buy that, but it is very cool. Let's just put it that way. What it does to the pattern and whatnot is insane. Let me try and see real quick if a Desert Ghost puzzle has been made. I'm pretty certain it has. Ghost puzzle. Well, Python. Let's see here. Is there anything else that would be doing that? Is anybody else? It's getting worse, Johnny. It's like at 40% now. Starlink took a crap. Oh, holy cow. This is amazing, though. I just found this Desert Ghost puzzle. The Pastel Desert Ghost puzzle? That's fine. Pastel works good with Desert Ghost. Yeah, that's amazing. Okay, here, let me drag it on over. That's really solid. Yeah, that is a wild, wicked pattern right there, and very, very sharp. What is this? The head too. The awesome blade to the head. Actually, now that I remember, I've seen this. I've seen these. The head just triggered a memory. We literally reviewed these. That's what the head just triggered a memory. I was like, why does it do that? And then I was talking. I think it was with darn it, who was it? Jersey Guy Balls. I'm pretty sure that's who I was talking with about it. So it's insane. So that's the sort of stuff you'd be going for though. But adding chocolate on top of it, especially to create even more rich colors. Like I said, that's a very nice one. Very, very, very cool. I think that this is definitely a solid project to get into. So, all right, let's go ahead and move forward here. The lag is getting worse. It's like growing. I don't understand how it just keeps growing. It's at 42.5 now.
No, that's just telling you the total percentage of frames dropped. So it was starting off fine and just continually bad. So of course the percentage is going to keep
climbing. I get what you're saying. Okay. Whatever.
As long as it continues, that percentage will keep climbing.
Hello. Whatever. Anyways, moving along. This is a nice girl here if you wanted to get started with breeding. And are just kind of starting to learn. I like showing off opportunities like this because you can still make really cool stuff without breaking the bank nowadays. Back in the day, any breeder had a healthy cost to it, so to speak. They are not so much the same anymore, and you can get proven breeders, and I think that it's important because if you're getting started and you want to learn, and quite frankly, you can make Batmans from this very easily. You just get a leopard clown male, and boom, you have a pretty decent chance. But and that's awesome that you can make something cool without breaking the bank. This is obviously a proven breeder. Looks like it laid 2 years ago, so it had a year off, and it's pretty much ready to go for you now. Looks to be of a pretty good weight. 6 is the average, and you never know how much they're always going to give you, but 6 being the average is always nice. Get you some decent odds of hitting what you were wanting to do. Like I said, if you are a new breeder and you wanted to learn, I honestly think that before you start investing into crazy amounts of babies, that you should get some experience under your belt just to learn. I don't think it's hard, by the way. You can learn by looking on YouTube, but you should do that, and learning from people as well directly, and any advice you should continually learn as much as possible all the time. I am still learning now. I am unlearning things occasionally too whenever I feel like I don't need certain antiquated knowledge. So I think it's a continual thing. And but from the get-go, I think that you should have a little bit of experience getting a clutch under your belt, raising, getting that clutch incubated, and then raising and keeping those babies healthy. And then once you do that, you're gonna feel a lot more confident when you're raising up these babies that maybe you've invested a more healthy amount into. So just some food for thought. Obviously won't spend a ton of time on this because it's not the craziest morph, but it is a cool opportunity for somebody, I think. All right, moving on. This one is exciting. What this would eventually make, but this is a male pied mahogany. It's just this little guy right here, and 4 mahogany, 100% het pied females. So this is a Suma pied making group. So you get the one male, you get these females right here, and the hope is to get the super mahogany pied. Which with this many females, you got a darn good chance of doing it. And the Suma pied is my favorite of the darker pieds. It's one of my favorite snakes, especially among pieds. Let me actually load that for you here. Excuse me, the sound is cutting out occasionally now. That's great. That's what we're hearing. I don't know what to do about this. In the meantime, I will load the Suma pied. Sumapide is a darker snake typically. There's a few different examples that you can get of one. Can you go see if maybe they're doing something out there that might be affecting it? Alright. In the meantime, I will show you the Sumapide. It is a video though, so gosh knows I'm going to have to pause it on it, I'm sure, to show you. But there we go. So we'll just pause it on it to make it easier, since we know we can't look at videos right now. I hope you're able to hear me okay. Again, I apologize. I have no idea why our internet is doing this. We've never had it like this before. So, but yes, the Sumapide is a darker snake, but it has a lot of chaos to it. So it has a lot of this almost stained wood type look. So it's like very brown near the bottom, very but dark in certain spots. It almost looks like it's got a ever so slight paradox to it. And I've seen ones that are actually almost pitch black. Let me pause here. Anything?
No.
Yeah, I don't know. As you can see here, this one's it's a little bit darker near the neck. It's just a lot of chaos going on in there, and I absolutely love it. I love the variety that you're getting in color here, which I think is incredible. So, all right. Give us just a second here. I think my brother wants to tinker with some settings. See if maybe we can figure something out. Is there something running in the background? What if Spotify's causing it?
I very much doubt it.
I don't know about that. I listen to Spotify at work, and it literally affects some of my stuff depending on the channel I'm listening to. That is not a joke.
The problem is that I'm running local files from Spotify, so Spotify literally does not have a connection to the internet.
Interesting. So,
apparently I can change this live. I did not know I could do that.
That makes it look uglier? That's fine. You can't make me look much uglier.
It's not 20,000.
Yeah, please don't do that.
Let me try that.
Alright. It changed something. Whoa! It turned green.
That doesn't stop the lag, but now it's not asking for as much data. So, that'll mitigate it.
I understand. Should I put it onto video to see if it affects anything for anybody?
Just keep going for now.
Okay. We might try to turn the video back on here, but I don't know if can you still hear us, or is there still sound issues now? If so, let us know. It went red again. It went down to 0, and I don't know what the heck's happening. Now it went back to green. I don't know. If anybody wants to take a look, just or knows anything, just let us know. Like I said, I apologize again for the lag. Our upload or internet download speed is wonderful. Wow.
Yeah, we paid for at least 15. This is kind of ridiculous.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna go ahead and hurry it through. I hope that everybody can still hear me. But yeah, that's what you can make as the Sumapide. So, moving right along here. I didn't even realize one of these is leopard. Oh, the female. So, okay. Yeah, sorry, that threw me off for a second. So you got that going for you. Leopard clowns, or leopard DGs are with leopard clowns, same thing as well. So, I think that the price could stay pretty favorable. I was actually looking at this one just as a reference price. That one looks like this is actually a pretty darn good price, quite frankly, to make Sumapides, and a good chance at it too. But either way, back to this one. Your odds obviously going double. Well, actually, you're not going double het. You know, you're obviously going DG, so you're always going to get het DG at least. It's the clown that you're playing the games with, so you definitely want to send in some shed tests to RGI. But yeah. I thought I saw something saying that they can hear us, but maybe they can't. I just saw a message get redacted. So, I don't know. We still got people watching, so that's good. Yeah, after this...
Nearly 100% dropped. The only reason they're able to see us is because OBS batch saves the stream, and when it finally gets something through it, it throws it up.
Gotcha.
So they'll be able to watch the whole thing in the DVR later, but like...
Okay, well, after
Getting
this, it's a call to them. Because it's like, that's not
This is
acceptable.
unacceptable.
Yeah. Okay. All right, we're going to go ahead and move along while my brother tries to play tech support. So next up would be this very big GHI Mojave Clown 66% het hypo girl. Free shipping on this too. That's wild. I love these animals. GHI Mojave Clowns are outstanding. And you see that this is a aged snake and it still has this beautiful grayish undertone with this golden mossy patterned color on top of it. It's absolutely gorgeous. They age so wonderfully. If it is het hypo, that's even better. I find it crazy that they didn't do the test themselves, but that is a must test. Send that in for a shed test because that changes a lot if you get that as a het hypo. I've actually had that happen. This was before the advent of shed testing though, but I bought a proven breeder that was 66% het albino, but it had been proven or had been paired I think once or twice and didn't have any luck, so it was kind of like one of those things where it's like it probably isn't, but I had bought an albino pied making pair anyway, so I was just like, I'm gonna put that to it anyway early on, and it was I made albino pieds. It was amazing. So you don't always think that the odds gods are in your favor. You know, obviously they probably, you know, sold that one just as thinking like, okay, well, you know, I haven't hit what I wanted, so it's probably not, but technically it's still 66%. And like I said, again, we did not have, those didn't cost anymore. It was the same price as an albino female, and you could always use animals like that back in the day. That's when pieds were still a dollar a gram is what they would call it. So the fact that she proved out was amazing. So same thing could happen here. So all right, moving right along because we're gonna hurry it up here because of the unfortunate issues we're having. Although now all of a sudden it turned good.
Looks like it recovered.
What did you do?
Looked at the cable. I didn't actually touch it.
Well, it got scared of you. Whatever. Anyways, we're gonna keep going. Again, apologize for these goofy problems we're having today. But this one is a pretty sharp one here. This is a Super Nyla leopard spot nose, 50% het clown boy. I am not very familiar with what Nyla does, but obviously it does something really cool. I think that I'm not sure, but I thought I heard, was it Furrow was part of the spider? Someone thought, I can't remember if it's Furrow or Nyla, that someone was thinking might be. Has any issues, by the way. In fact, the spider complex has spot nose in it, and it has a lot, and it has blackhead in it, and it has things that don't do any sort of goofiness. So, but obviously, something with the Super Nyla is creating this nearly all black to very dark brown snake. Maybe that's what Super Nyla does. But this is incredible. There is a reserve price on this though. So usually what I tell people is to kind of just bid it up in increments to where you're comfortable. If say you were comfortable at $500, well then don't just type 500 because this is an eBay where it's going to auto bid you up there. Plus it wouldn't do you any good with a reserve on it anyways. So what you would want to do is bid it up in increments. And the reason why you don't want to throw it at 500 is because if it was at 400, well, you just spent extra money you didn't need to possibly. So bid it up maybe $25 here and there and keep going to where you're done, and then either stop because you didn't meet it, or you'd stop before you met it. So, and then it'd become more like a regular auction. But very cool opportunity here. Obviously another one you'd want to send in for a shed test to RGI because if it's het clown, that really changes a lot of what you can do with this. And if you can hear me, if you've got questions, please just let me know. I think that the stream has recovered. Now, can I see that on screen? I think that it has recovered. Again, if anybody can hear me, you know, just or can't hear me, or I guess if you can't hear me, you can't let me know. So, but it shows we still have people here. So, I think it did kick some people, unfortunately. Alrighty, moving right along. This one's a really good opportunity. I passed on Mojave, 100% het monsoon, and it's a girl. I think I might be slightly interested in this one, especially depending on what it ends at. What else is cool about this is that it's got a very healthy weight, 500 grams. That's nothing to sneeze at right there. You're technically 1/3 of your way to breeding weight. So Mojave is very well worked into Monsoon. I've noticed it's very cool in what the tones and pattern, or not patterns, the coloring that it kind of brings in, a more frosty type coloring to the Monsoon. Monsoon obviously is the most wild genetic in existence. Let's take a look at one of them here, just in case you have not seen one, which I'm pretty sure a lot of people have. Python. Here you are. That is a Monsoon. It is just about the most wild not just about. It is. That is the most wild pattern you're gonna get in a ball python right now. It's insane. It's named, I'm assuming, because of it looks like a bunch of rain, of a monsoon coming down. Very intense, amazing animal. And when you put monsoon into it, it kind of frosts it up a little bit. Monsoon is not one that I think that there's much work with in pattern, because I mean, look at it. Why would you need to, right? It's already insanely awesome.
Crashed.
Someone said bye, I guess.
Yeah, this is completely...
Okay.
I don't even know if we're online. I really can't tell anymore. YouTube's flipping out. It's like treating it like multiple videos, except it's only listed in one. I don't think we can continue like this. This is
Gotcha.
Absolutely unbearable.
Okay. Well, that's a shame. I mean, we were rapidly getting to the end there, but reload worked. So they can hear us. Can you hear us, Agar? Let us know if you can hear us. I just want to confirm.
So even here, it's treating it like you just finished a video on your dumbass.
I hope the lag triggers my OCD and AD. Sorry guys, the channel keeps up. Thank you for joining, Ed. I apologize. It's because your brother won't show his face. Hear and see now. Okay. Well, I might try for a little bit longer.
I feel like you should just show the last ones and then end it.
Yeah, maybe we'll rapidly go through. And then I think we're just going to speed it up, right? So we obviously finished with this one, with the monsoon. Let's go ahead and show this one. This is a quad het. It looks like mostly like a normal, pretty exceptional normal though, but it is quad het for sunset, hypoclown, and pied. What's good about that is, well, it's quad het. You can put these to a lot of different things, and while your odds aren't great of hitting the quad recessive, your odds, because you're shooting so much, are wonderful at hitting something good. If you put this to yet another quad het, for example, you are very likely going to hit something awesome. Just the odds say so. It's like a machine gun, right? You're shooting so much that you're going to hit something good. So just something to think of there, as we kind of go a little bit faster than we normally would. Starting next with our leopard confusion het clown girl here. Confusion's wonderful. We just recently got one. Made a whole video about the confusion gene. Confusion just wildly affects the pattern. Brings in some really cool coloring, quite frankly, that I did not expect when I first got my confusion. He is amazing. He's a confusion clown though. So he's visual, but you see what it does in terms of the pattern, but what it does in terms of the color is not talked about enough. And then look at that belly. The belly is so beautiful. Looks like a hognose belly. Just definitely worth your attention. The genetic, and being in a girl, usually I want my boys to be visual, so I got a visual. But this one being a leopard and a confusion too, this is solid. I think I'll be in on this to an extent, no doubt. From Osmond Reptiles there. We'll see what this one ends at, because I would very much like to add even more confusion to my collection. Like I said, I mean, these bellies are just so beautiful. Like, it literally looks like a hognose belly. So wild. And again, look at the color. It kind of accentuates everything. You get this nice burst of slight orange. that honestly, when I got my confusion, I don't know why. It's obviously right in front of my face. I just wasn't thinking about it. I wasn't expecting it. But lo and behold, it does a lot. It's more than just pattern. Even though the pattern is clearly what it's most known for, and that beautiful belly, it just does so much. It's well worth your time into whatever you work it into. Even though confusion is clearly where people are kind of keeping, or not confusion, but clown is where people are keeping most of their attention with it, along with many other genes. It works well with honestly anything though. All right, moving along to another one, another Mojave Het Monsoon. This one looks like it's even bigger. Yep, another 250 grams added to the other one. I should have grouped those two together. But from Tidal Wave Morphs, did the other one have a reserve? No. So these two right here would be very nice ones to get if you want to work Monsoon. Being in females, Monsoon's an expensive gene. So maybe you do need to work head to head, but getting the female and growing it up is the way to start it, because that's where you can eventually see maybe the price drop a little bit to get a visual male as this one grows and gets closer to size, or you do got to get that extra het male, but you get them with a couple other things. Don't get them with Mojave though if you're gonna do this. God forbid if you make an all white snake that happens to be a Monsoon. That would be very, very sad. So don't do that. Don't work a blue-eyed Lucy into this at all. So yeah, it looks like we stabilized. I hope. My brother's been fighting this.
Yeah, we still need to call him about that.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It should not have happened.
Just out of spite, I want my money back for the day. That was baloney. That was baloney. I very much apologize to everybody. Thank you for anybody who stuck with us, and I totally understand why you bounced if you did, because that was bogus. Right before Tinley, too.
Yeah.
That's why.
It's gonna be fun when I try to upload the video later tonight.
Oh boy. Alright, next up, my favorite morph, Monarch. I'll be watching this one too. This is a girl, and she is a pastel Monarch. Pastel Monarchs are wonderful. I always say Monarch has a ever so slight micro dose of Desert Ghost in it. It very well accentuates and cleans up not pattern, but colors and pattern and whatnot too. But the Monarch itself obviously has that very deep burgundy coloring. Pastel kind of just works very well with it and keeps it nice and clean. They look well as adults too. They don't age poorly. Obviously, if this thing proves out as a het pied, it's 60% here and 50% here. I'm assuming that's just a wrong tag, then. So you actually have to type these out. If it proves out, that's even crazier. That's one of the reasons why I want this, because for one, I could always use another Monarch. But if she did prove out, that would be monumental for my plans to create the Monarch pied. I bought a pied het Monarch to increase my odds, and I have some holdbacks for females for that are double het, and they've got some other. Did get a girl that was now visual Monarch het pied. I'm working the het and the visuals against each other. Sorry, not that. I'm working the Monarch against the het Monarch, and then the pied against the het pied. So I'm guaranteed to at least get double hets if I did that. So that would be very, very cool.
It's unstabilized again.
It's unstabilized again. It's okay, because we're on our very last one anyways. And that would be this super trick cinnamon calico. Might be pastel. I think there's a good chance of that. This is a pretty big girl here. I just thought she was pretty darn cool, and that shows you that trick gene kind of being wild in there. That's what's really creating a lot of that craziness. And the calico brings in those crazy white flecks. Cinnamon gives it that little bit more of a toasty flavor to it as well. So not a recessive in any way, but a very cool one to get, and I don't think it'll go for a whole bunch if I gotta be honest with you. Maybe I'm wrong. Because trick can sometimes be that way. Actually, I probably am wrong. But still a really cool girl to get. So, but anyways, we will unfortunately have to hurry this one along and end it a little earlier than we thought because of the internet issues that we've been having here. So I want to again apologize that it's happened, even though I'm not technically the one causing it. Let me hit the end here. So still, I kind of wanted to sit around and talk with people about Tinley. And you know, field some questions or whatnot. But if you do see us there tomorrow, feel free, if you are going, to pull me aside and say, hey, I'm all for it. We'll be there every day, I think. Definitely Friday and Saturday. But probably Sunday. I'll probably be Sunday with my family. Not that my brother obviously isn't my family, but Friday we go early to do some stuff and have some fun. Saturday is literally all day, and we go to the auction at the end too. So, Car, what do you think of the Desert Ghost pinstripe that has 24 hours left? All right, take a look. Like I said, if people do have questions, I didn't close it, did I? Just showed you. Or no, I didn't show your background. I didn't end it. Let me put it back on. Computer. There we go. There's 24 hours left. Let me refresh this page here. Looks like we're actually having good connection right now. Let me get to it. DG Ghost Pinstripe. 24 hours, 24 hours, 24 hours. That's on third page? Probably. Am I just missing it here? Oh wait, no, I'm not at 24 hours yet. DG Hypo. Probably the next one, watch. Ah! That one's pretty cool. We actually just got one from Low Limit Reptiles, by the way. That was where we got our Confusion Clown Boy from. So I can speak for my buying experience, and it was great. You know, obviously we bought it and had to hold it for a while because of weather. It was very cold to begin with, but this one's pretty cool. It's already to size. It's got a decent amount of interest in there as well, but I think that this will still be a favorable price, especially for one that that's ready to go. Ooh, excuse me. 7 good eggs, hasn't been paired this year, and shipping weather's gotten better, so you can probably get them right away and start. If you are into Desert Ghosts, this could be one as you're building your collection that you might want to think about, because I love pinstripe, quite frankly, and it looks very almost gray. I like that. I love the gray base of this animal. So I'm current high bidder. There you go. I've bought 2 other snakes from the seller previously. Okay. Yeah, I have nothing but positive things to say about them. And the boy itself, he's beautiful. I'm just over the moon happy with him. So yeah, I think that if you were wanting to do the Desert Ghost stuff, this would be a pretty good one. You know, obviously watch the price, you know, keep it where you're comfortable and whatnot. Pricing has come down on some of these combos, but right now I think you're at a pretty healthy amount, especially for getting one that you're going to immediately be able to start breeding, and you'd be able to create cool things from it right away, and kind of and just immediately get moving with it. So pre-killed rat, that's nice. I find that they'll usually go back to live if that's what you do too, but that's not always the case. Sometimes these things can be picky. So, all right. If nobody else has any other questions, we'll go ahead and leave it there. Unfortunately, just like I said, with the internet being the way it is right now, that's you know, unfortunate. But I don't want to keep it going when it's going to be this poor. So anyways, I hope that you all enjoyed despite the technical issues that we were having, and I hope that we can go live tomorrow, although that'll be from my phone. So Tinley internet, so we'll see about that. She would go well with my DG Super Pastel Head Hypo. That would be very cool, because you'd be guaranteed Desert Ghosts, you'd be guaranteed pins or pastels, and those always look nice, and you'd have a 50% chance of getting some DG Lemon Blasts, and then all the time you'd send some of those in for shed tests, I hope, because the DG Hypos are chef's kiss, and you definitely want to hold those back. That's my But yeah,
That is completely breaking. We need to end it.
all right. Yeah, have a great night, everybody. Hope the next one goes a bit better. And we'll see you there. Thank you. Bye-bye.